Today we're tackling something, a bit of a linguistic tangle, really. It trips up even people who know their drinks, and honestly, I wondered about it too. It's the whole whiskey versus liquor thing. Are they the same? Can you swap them? Our mission today, let's cut through that confusion. We've got the insights, the clear definitions right here from our sources. Think of it as your shortcut to, really getting it right. So, the big questions. Is all liquor whiskey? And is all whiskey liquor? Let's find out. Okay, let's unpack this right away. The core idea, the main takeaway from our sources is this. All whiskey is liquor, but not all liquor is whiskey. That's the headline truth. But for you listening, what does liquor actually mean? What falls under that big term?
Yeah, that's a great place to start because liquor gets used, well, pretty broadly. Fundamentally, it's just the general name for any distilled alcoholic drink. People also call them spirits. Think of it like the big family name.
Spirits, right.
Exactly. And it's a huge family. It covers, the usual suspects: vodka, rum, gin, tequila, brandy. And crucially, whiskey is in there too.
Okay, so whiskey's definitely under that umbrella.
Definitely. And what's maybe surprising is how global it is. You've got things like baijiu in China or cachaça from Brazil. They're different, sure, but they're still distilled, still liquor. They're all made by taking something fermented grains, maybe fruit, sometimes vegetables, and then distilling it to concentrate the alcohol.
And they tend to be stronger, right?
Generally, yeah. You're usually looking at somewhere between, say, 35% and 50% alcohol by volume, ABV. So pretty potent stuff usually falls under liquor.
Right. Okay, so that's the big category. Liquor, spirits, got it.
Go.
Now, here's where it gets interesting for me. How do we pinpoint whiskey within all of that? What makes something whiskey, specifically?
This is where the rules get tighter. Whiskey isn't just any distilled spirit. It's a very specific type. The first big thing, it has to be made from fermented grain mash.
Grain mash, okay.
Yeah, like barley, corn, rye, maybe wheat. That's the base. It gets fermented, then distilled. But here's the really critical part, the definer. Aging. Whiskey must be aged.
Okay. It's not optional.
Not for whiskey, no. It has to spend time resting in wooden barrels, and it's almost always oak. This isn't just for show, that aging is chemical magic. The spirit interacts with the wood, it breathes, it mellows out.
It gets the color and flavor.
Exactly. That's where those characteristic flavors, vanilla, caramel, sometimes smoke, really develop. And the color deepens too. It's essential. And within whiskey, you then have different styles based on the grains, the location, the process. Yeah. Like Scotch, bourbon, Irish whiskey, rye.
All distinct, but all definitely whiskey because of the grain and that mandatory aging.
Precisely. And their ABV often sits in that 40–50% range, similar to many liquors, but the production method is key. It really shows how these specific requirements, like aging, make all the difference in defining a spirit.
Okay, so let me recap this for you, listen, and make sure we've nailed it. The big picture. Liquor is the massive category for all distilled spirits. Vodka, gin, rum, tequila, brandy, and whiskey, too. But whiskey is specific. It's a type of liquor made from grain, and it must be aged in wood. So every whiskey is a liquor. But loads of liquor like vodka or gin are definitely not whiskey.
Got it. That's the gist of it. And, thinking bigger picture for a second, understanding these differences isn't just about, trivia. It helps you appreciate the actual craft involved.
Yeah, the process.
Right. What makes a bourbon different from a Scotch or different from a rum? It's in these details, these definitions. And it shows how language helps us categorize and really understand the world, even the world of drinks. It kind of enhances the whole experience, don't you think?
It absolutely does, knowing the why behind the label. So next time you're browsing the shelves or looking at a menu, you'll have that clarity. You'll know the difference. Maybe you'll even appreciate that aged whiskey a little bit more. Thanks for diving deep with us today. We'll catch you on the next exploration.